It's time for a chat with Father Matt Frisbee, a little something we call Sports Roundup. Good morning, Father.
Oh, good morning, Dave and Ron, and all of our listeners. So good to be with you this morning. So much going on in the world of sports.
No, they're not still playing baseball, are they? Because I kind of stopped watching.
Well, I've kind of stopped watching, but they are still playing baseball. I mean, let's just address it, and deal with it. And, so the Tribe, they lost to the Tigers in that wild card round, 2-1, a 3-game series. All the things that the Guardians, the Indians, the Tribe did well in September, just fundamental baseball, playing well in the field, running the bases well, getting timely hits. They really did very little of that in that series against the Tigers.
Yeah.
Some really costly errors in Game 1, some base running errors in Games 1 and 3, and that doomed them. Now, at the same time, I didn't think the Tribe would get past Seattle. Who knows? Maybe they would have, but Detroit's tied with them 1-1. By the way, Game 3 in Detroit tonight, I believe. So, but here's what we can say as Guardians fans: they will have a little banner up in the ballpark that says 2025 AL Central Champions.
Right.
And that can't get taken away. So, at one point they were down 15 and a half games in the division. They came back to win it. I mean, that's the biggest deficit. So they need to get a bat, because I think their run differential, runs scored versus runs given up, was in the negative. You never see that in playoff teams. So they need to get some offensive pieces to help out their great pitching staff and to help out Jose Ramirez.
Look, we get to that time of the year in Cleveland, happens nearly every year, where we have no baseball, we have no basketball, and we have no football. So it's all like there are no sports being played in Cleveland right now, even though there's a team out on the field for the latter. But in any case, it's not good, Father. And I want you to tell me if you know. This person, I was speaking to this person, and they said, tell Father Matt Frisbee it's all about the Baker Mayfield effect. When I say that to you, do you know who that is? The Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah, I
do. Who is it, Father? Let's see.
I'm guessing that is Ron Miller.
That's exactly right. That was Ron Miller.
Father Jeremy Miller.
That's Ron Miller. Yeah, host of the prior host of the Bishop's Corner and father of Father Jeremy Miller. I was with him the other night. He said, "Just tell Father Matt it's the Baker Mayfield effect, and he'll know exactly who it is."
Oh yeah, he and I have had that conversation many times. Now, I'll push back on that and say Baker Mayfield himself has come out and said that during his time in Cleveland, he needed to mature, that he would not be the quarterback that he is right now in Tampa Bay, he was in Cleveland if he had not left and probably hit rock bottom a little bit.
Right.
I mean, if you think about Baker Mayfield, went to Carolina, that didn't really work out, went to L.A., Rams.
Yeah.
They had Matthew Stafford, so he was really kind of a fill-in there. But, Baker Mayfield admits he needed to grow up.
Right.
And he probably wasn't going to get that in Cleveland, which maybe still, again, speaks to the organization. But I think in his maturity now is also speaking to himself and recognizing his own deficiencies while he was here. So
no doubt about it. Talk about deficiencies. It's hard to find one with the Ohio State Buckeyes. I mean, you talk about both sides of the ball really coming alive right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, defensively, we've talked about them defensively all year long. And we can go back to Washington. I think a team when they went out to Washington was leading the nation in scoring, maybe points per game, held them to 6 points. Minnesota held them to 3 points. Defensively, they've just been outstanding.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider that they lost last year's defensive coordinator who went to Penn State and just gave up 42 points the hapless UCLA Bruins. But, if there's one deficiency maybe with Ohio State, I would say it's probably that they do not have their run game on offense where they want it to be. they're able to really kind of loosen up defenses with throwing the ball, and we saw Julian saying. We really saw some downfield passing this past week against Minnesota, whereas we didn't see so much of that the first 4 games, and this week we saw them really air it out a lot more. His completion percentage is through the roof. It's in the 80s, I think. But they probably do not run the ball with as much as well as they want to do it. I can't come up with the right word.
Well, and historically, we've been strong in that particular area. So yeah, it's hard not to have that right now.
Now we see freshman Bo Jackson. Maybe I don't think he's the Bo Jackson, but he is a good Bo Jackson.
Yeah, it's a good version of it.
That's right, and I think he really is coming on as probably the best running back they have. But that's probably the one deficiency that we've seen, and it's been somewhat minor. But we'll see when they face some other team that really can control the line of scrimmage, what that'll look like then.
Yeah, the whole debacle with James Franklin. I mean, this thing is getting ridiculous over at Penn State. You rank them number 1, you rank them number 2. You think they're going to win the national championship, and they can't beat a ranked team to save their lives.
And now they're out of the top 25, which speaks to something about preseason polls. Because Texas, the nearly unanimous. I mean, everyone thought they were just going to be the best team. And they are also out of the top 25. For Penn State, you got to think after that loss to Oregon at home with the whiteout, and they probably built that up like a Super Bowl in some regard. This was finally going to be James Franklin's big win over a top-ranked team. Drew Aller, their quarterback, that finally was going to get a big win. And they lose that in overtime 2 Saturdays ago. I'm sure the week of practice after that probably wasn't great. And then they had to travel out to UCLA and probably thought, UCLA, bad. UCLA has been bad this year. I think they scored 57 points in their 4 games leading up to the Penn State game, and they scored 42 with a guy, Jerry Neuheisel, the son of former coach Rick Neuheisel, finding out that he was the play caller on Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, I did not know that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, probably a pretty decent challenge, maybe our biggest challenge of the year. You wouldn't think so based on how hyped the games were earlier, but this weekend, Ohio State versus Illinois could be a tough game.
Illinois got beat up by Indiana a couple weeks ago, but Illinois is a physical team. They beat USC at home last Saturday, so it'll be. They got to show up. The Buckeyes have to show up.
Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad we're not playing Indiana this year.
They're kind of fun to watch. I got to tell you that, though. Yeah. Father Matt Frisbee.
Kurt Signetti's done a good job with that.
Oh, no doubt. He's good.
Thank you so much for your perspective and your wisdom. Otherwise, we wouldn't know anything about sports if we didn't have you every Tuesday. So thanks, Father. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. God bless.